Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Ramadan Youth TV. Happy Mother's Day to all of our mothers.
Welcome back, guys. Who bought some nice flowers for their mother today? There's literally 3 nights and only 3 Tarawih prayers left. Isn't that crazy? Guys, take use of these last few nights because another Ramadan isn't promised.
Let's start off today's program with our daily zikr. Ya Latif, Ya Allah. And afterward, we will go on to Ramadan talks.
Ya Latif, Ya Allah. Ya Latif, Ya Allah. Ya Latif, Ya Allah. Meaning, most kind, most subtle, the gracious.
Hello guys, my name is Ahmed Chosh and happy Ramadan. Happy Mother's Day also. I'd like to read a small passage to you without taking too much of your time. I've been racking my brain trying to plan the perfect day and think of a gift that will reflect just how much my mom means to me. It often feels like a box of chocolates just won't do. And yet, in the cupboard next to her bed, Mom still got every handprint card I've had since grade 4, stacked between all my participation certificates. She celebrated even my smallest wins. Truth is, my mom had everything to do with my success. Whether it was an unconditional love that came my way when I needed it most, the lessons she taught me growing up, or the discipline I demanded when I just wouldn't listen in my teenage years. Embracing every single parenting style to cut the crust off my sandwiches from day one, while knowing exactly when to assert the "as long as you're living under my roof, you'll eat whatever I give you" speech. I owe everything to my mom. So how do I explain how very important my mom actually is to me? And how do I effectively honor my mother this Sunday? For me, it's a lifelong commitment, linked closely to my faith. Many people are narrow-minded, but quick to give their opinions of what it means to be a woman in Islam. This has much to do with the Western world making it seem as though all Muslim women are oppressed, followed closely by the fact that they haven't bothered to look into the real status of women in Islam and what the Quran says. When you do take a closer look, you realize just how much Islam honors women and mothers. In the Hadith, for example, the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, actually speaks of the importance of respecting and honoring our mothers, even more so than our fathers. A man came to the Prophet and said, "O Messenger of God, who among the people is the most worthy of my good companionship?" The Prophet said, "Your mother." The man said, "Then who?" The Prophet said, "Then your mother." The man further asked, "Then who?" The Prophet said, "Then your mother." The man asked again, "Then who?" The Prophet said, "Then your father." Thank you for listening to me, and I hope you guys have a happy Ramadan and happy Mother's Day.
Thank you, Ahmed Cholush. That was a great passage. Anyways, guys, now it's time to move on to what do we move on to, Nawal?
Life of Sahabas, and we'll be learning about the life of Fatima binti Asad.
Fatima bint Asad, the only woman Prophet Muhammad called mother after his own. Fatima bint Asad was born in Mecca, but her birth date remains unknown. She is the wife of Abu Talib, our Prophet's uncle. Fatima bint Asad radiallahu anh had 4 daughters and 4 sons, including Hazrat Ali. All her sons except one were companions and honored with the religion of Islam. She was a very graceful woman. When Prophet Muhammad was 8, his grandfather died, and his uncle Abu Talib and his aunt Fatima bint Asad started to take care of him. Since Fatima bint Asad and Abu Talib were cousins, she was both a relative and an aunt of Prophet Muhammad. Until Prophet Muhammad started his own family, he was under their protection. However, before all the things, he needed the mercy from a mother figure and a warm heart. Thus, Fatima bint Asad was trying her best to make him not feel the lack of her mother. She was feeding, dressing up, and brushing the hair of Prophet Muhammad before her kids. Above all, she was making Prophet Muhammad feel her love and care. Since then, she became Prophet Muhammad's second mother. They both had a significant place for each other. Until Prophet Muhammad started his own family, he was under his uncles and aunts' protection. Prophet Muhammad used Fatima bint Asad's house as a shelter. She was one of the first people who believed in his message. She is believed to have believed in Islam in Mecca about 2 years before the migration, or in the 6th year of prophethood after the death of her husband Abu Talib. She migrated to Medina, leaving everything she owned behind so that she would be close to Prophet Muhammad. Prophet Muhammad was showing his faithfulness to Fatima bint Asad's kindness as much as he could. He kept visiting her, slept in her house, kept an eye on her, asked how she is doing, and helped her in many ways. He served Fatima bint Asad as the service that all children do to their mothers. He called him mother and remembered her as mother. Fatima bint Asad, after migrating to Medina, she joined the battles of Badr and Uhud. She witnessed Hazrat Ali's marriage to Fatima Zahra, the daughter of Prophet Muhammad, and she began living in the same house with her bride. Fatima bint Asad radiallahu anh divided the chores in the house with her bride Hazrat Fatima. Hazrat Ali radiallahu anh says, "For my mother, Fatima bint Asad, I said you are suitable for the chores inside of the house, such as grinding flour, kneading dough, and making bread. And the daughter of the Prophet Muhammad is suitable for the outside chores, as getting water." She also witnessed the birth of Hazrat Hassan and Hazrat Hussein. However, in the 4th year of migration, she passed away due to the disease she was suffering. According to the report of Hazrat Ali radiallahu anh, at her funeral, Prophet Muhammad took his Mubarak shirt or robe from his back and wrapped her like a shroud. He led to funeral prayer himself, and he took 70 takbir over her funeral. As they put her down into the grave where she would be buried, she pointed to the corners of the grave as if he was widening it. And after lying a little inside the grave, he cleaned the inside of the grave and then came out. His eyes were teary. The tears of the Messenger of Allah dripped inside her grave. After witnessing this scene, according to the report of Hazrat Umar radiallahu anh, they asked, "O Messenger of God, you did not do this to anyone else except this woman." And as an answer, he said, "This woman you see, no one helped me as this woman did after my uncle Abu Talib passed away. I wrapped her with my true clothes so that she could have the best clothes in heaven. I led into the coffin with her so that she would not suffer." The Prophet Muhammad prayed for her. "May Allah reward you with goodness. May Allah have mercy on you. O mother, you were my mother after my mother. You would starve, but you would feed me. You would be unclothed, but you would dress me. You would only do this with the hope of Allah's will and the hereafter. O Allah, forgive my mother Fatima bint Asad. Accept my prayer for the right of the Prophet and the Prophets before me. O Allah, the most merciful of the merciful." Prophet Muhammad ﷺ cried and said, "She was my mother after my mother. Her children would stay hungry, frowning, yet she would feed me, brush my hair, and grease it with rose oil. She was my mother. Then Angel Gabriel came to Prophet Muhammad and told him, Allah has granted this woman a place in heaven.
Ya Cemil ya Allah, ya Karib ya Allah, ya Mujib ya Allah, ya Habib ya Allah, ya Rauf ya Allah, ya Atuf ya Allah, ya Maruf ya Allah, ya Latif ya Allah, ya Azim ya Allah, ya Hannan ya Allah, ya Mennan ya Allah, ya Dayyan ya Allah.
Today on What Do I Know, we have an extra special segment dedicated to our mothers.
Nawal, why do you think Allah created mothers?
I think Allah created mothers, parents to raise children, guide them, and teach them what is right and wrong. Let's see what our viewers have to say.
Allah created angels to protect people. Can we see them?
No, we can't see them. They're invisible, but we can sometimes feel their...
We can see them in our hearts and we can feel them, but we can't see them. No, you can't see angels, but you can feel them, but you can't see them.
Yes and no, we could see the guardian angels. For example, we could see our parents, like our moms and dads, but we can't see guardian angels that were sent down to Earth that aren't meant to be shown to us or to the human eye.
No, you can't really see the angels, especially now. Even I can't see the angels, but maybe if we die, we can, but I need more research on this myself.
I don't think we would be able to see them physically with our naked eye, but I think we can still see or acknowledge them in a different way.
No, we're not able to see them. They are invisible to us.
Can you name a protector angel?
A guardian angel is the main part that protects you. For an example, my mom is my guardian angel.
My mom, first of all, and Jibril.
Our moms, they are our guardian angels. They always protect us at all times.
I know one. In English they call him Michael, but in Arabic, Mikael. He's the angel of, I forgot, but he like helps the people right here, rewards them by giving them, charity and stuff for their good deeds.
As I know, the protecting angels are called Hafaza angels.
Allah tasks so many angels that naming all of them would almost be impossible. But in general, we call them Hafaza angels.
Does your mom have a superpower? If she does, what is it?
She's really kind, she works really hard, and honestly, she just taking care of us is like a big superpower. So my mother, she's very caring. She whenever something happens to somebody, she always prays for them, and she has empathy.
Yes, she can read my mind and give me what I need, when I need it or what I want, whenever I want it.
She's the most caring, loving person that I know. She prays for everybody, and she erases my bad habits, and she's the one that taught me to eat well.
Okay, I don't know how she does this, but she finds a solution to every single problem that I have.
What is your mother's favorite characteristic?
She is always protecting me and always asking us for what we should do.
basically a comedy, and she's really funny.
She understands me. Like she knows what I like to wear, and she knows like my personality, so she knows. Yeah, she's just a really good person.
She's an expert on technology. She's the one that taught me how to connect to Wi-Fi.
Her kindness, her heart, her open mind, and her delicious foods.
I'm a very stubborn person and she's always so patient with me, so I think her patience.
Why do you think paradise lies under the feet of our mothers?
Because moms raise their children and like they do such a good thing. If there wasn't no moms, I don't know if I could even live without my mom. And most importantly, I feel safe around her.
They help us, they guide us to Jannat, and they give us food.
Moms work really hard every day, and they get you where you are today.
I think because they spend a lot of their lives, almost like half of it, just putting us before themselves.
When Prophet Muhammad ﷺ, peace be upon him, said this, I think he said it as a sign of respect because your mom really prepares you to enter heaven, especially with all the good that she does for you and everything that she taught me.
Because they fully deserve it. To have a child and raise it, both emotionally and physically, requires an immense amount of effort.
Mothers are held very high rank in Islam. They are a blessing and a gift from Allah. A mother bears all the pain of her child with one smile and sacrifices everything without any complaint. Our mothers have fulfilled our needs with such great sacrifices during the pregnancy and every moment afterwards. So in the sight of Allah, mothers have a very special place.
Why do you think Allah created mothers?
Because they can feed us.
Without them, we wouldn't know where to be. We would be lost, and we would have to learn everything by ourselves, which is extremely hard. Because if you think about it, your mom has done everything for you. She like fed you, she made you stop crying, and she goes to sleep with you when you're sad. So without her, you would be nowhere. You would be kind of lost.
I think it's there with us to show us and protect us what is good and guide us in the right direction.
The biggest thing I could say, everything that you see around you, especially me, all these people, right, kings, queens, everybody, they all came from one place, their mothers at first, so all the great people who live today, I don't think they would have accomplished anything without the help of their mothers at all.
It's because he knew that we needed a guide in this world.
So Prophet Muhammad ﷺ says Allah has more love and mercy for his servants than mothers have for their child. Thankfully, with his mercy, Allah gave us our mothers who react to all our mental and physical feelings with never-ending sacrifice. May Allah never separate us from our mothers and allows us to fulfill our responsibilities so we can always make them feel peaceful.
Good to be there.
Wait, I was not gonna say that.
He does that, but
Çünkü kızlar acıkır. Çünkü kızlar yanlış karar. Çünkü kızlar başka ne? Bilmiyorum diğerini.
Happy Mother's Day! Love you, Anne. Happy Mother's Day!
thank you anneciğim.
Annem. Annem.
Great response, everybody. Thank you guys, everybody. Thank you guys to whoever participated in What Do I Know. Now, on Music of the Day, Hayrettin will be playing a calm classic song, Ben Melamet Hırkasına.
Wow, Hayrettin, that was a great performance. I don't know how y'all play that instrument. Sure takes a lot of talent. We're doing great on our zikir so far. Sarhat, what do you think the goal is for today?
Well, the goal should be at least 10,000, but I know we can surpass that. So why don't we go for it 12,000?
You know what? I think we can do 15,000. Come on, guys. Up
Okay.
next, we'll be okay. Up next, we'll be learning about the Sultan Ahmed Mosque.
The Sultan Ahmet Mosque in Istanbul was built between the years 1609 and 1616 by the architect Sedefkar Mehmet Ağa, the pupil and assistant of the famous architect Mimar Sinan. All 8 volumes of the detailed workbook of the construction of this mosque are still found in the Topkapı Library today. The mosque attracts 5 million tourists each year and is one of the largest mosques in Turkey. This mosque is a combination of the Byzantine features found in the Hagia Sophia Mosque at the time with traditional Islamic architecture and is considered to be the last great mosque of the classical period of the Ottoman Empire. The Sultan Ahmet Mosque, or also known as the Blue Mosque by many tourists, is unique because it has 6 minarets, compared to the usual 1, 2, or 4 because of simple miscommunication. Sultan Ahmet instructed the architect to build gold minarets, but was misunderstood as 6. However, since the only other structure with 6 minarets was the Kaaba, there was some controversy, and so, as a solution, he ordered for a 7th minaret to be built at the Kaaba. The mosque is also surrounded by balconies on 3 sides, and the walls inside of the mosque have blue tiles with handmade calligraphy of Quran verses and stained glass windows, hence the name Blue Mosque. Each of the 20,000 tiles and 50 different tulip designs were made by the Iznik master potter Kasap Haji and Baris Efendi from Avanos, Cappadocia. The quality of the tiles decreased as time went on due to the rising demands and prices and fixed amount paid, and so some tiles may look duller than others. The chandeliers inside of the mosque used to have ostrich eggs used to keep spider webs away, and the lamps were adorned with golden gems that were later taken down. There is also a richly decorated minbar, which where the imam goes to deliver the Friday sermons, that has been specially designed so that even when the large mosque is crowded, the imam can still be heard clearly. One of its defining and significant features is a heavy iron chain which hangs in the upper part of the core entrance on the western side of the mosque. Only the Sultan was allowed to enter the court of the Blue Mosque on horseback. The chain was put there so that the Sultan had to lower his head every time he entered the court in order to not get hit. It was done as a symbolic gesture to ensure the humility of the ruler in the face of the divine. Unfortunately, Sultan Ahmed died before he was able to see the completion of this mosque, and a mausoleum was built over his tomb right outside of the mosque.
Did you guys know that Sultan Ahmet initiated the Sultan Ahmet Mosque at just 19 years old? That's awesome, mashallah. Now guys, moving on to Ramadan recipes. We got some fire dessert that most of us love.
Hello and welcome back to Sky Academy Youth TV. My name is Rana Kulin. In today's menu we have chocolate chip cookies. So let's get started with our ingredients. First, we have 1 egg, half a cup of brown sugar, 1 stick of room temperature butter, 1 cup of sugar, chocolate chips, flour, some salt, vanilla powder, and baking powder. So let's get started. First, we're going to be starting with putting our 1 stick of butter, Now our half a cup of brown sugar and our 1 cup of sugar. So now we're going to mix this. After mixing that up for a little, we're going to be putting our 1 egg. Now we're going to make sure it's nice and creamy. Now we're done. Now we're going to slowly add our flour into the mixture. As I add more flour in, I'm also going to be adding my baking powder and vanilla. I'm going to put a few more tablespoons. Now I'm going to be adding my vanilla powder and my baking powder. Now I added my salt, and now I'm going to be adding my chocolate chips. Make sure your chocolate chips are well blended, and make sure you get the doughy texture. Now, once you're done blending, this is how your cookie dough should look like. Now I will get a tray with parchment paper, and I will be using a mini ice cream scooper to scoop it out. For example, like this. And just scoop it out. This serving made about 21 cookies. So now I preheated my oven to 350 degrees, and I'm going to be baking these for about 15 to 20 minutes. I'm finally done, and let me say, these cookies smell delicious. I already started to put them on the tray, and I can't wait for after iftar to eat these. I hope you guys all have a happy Ramadan, and bye.
We had so many dishes, recipes, and desserts throughout the program, and I'm just loving it. Do 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 do. Thank you, Rana, for the cookie recipe. Up next is quote of the day. You should listen carefully for sure.
Service and helping others is one of the most important aspects of Islam. Service to humanity is essentially service to God. Doing good for others is mentioned and praised many times in the Quran and Hadith. When you look at the life of our Prophet ﷺ, you can see the best examples of service. Acting with the responsibility of taking initiative for solutions of the problems of the society, starting with our immediate environment and working towards global service is a way to attain Allah's love, as He mentioned in the Holy Quran, stating that Allah loves the doers of good.
Allah Almighty mentions His love towards people, helping others in Surah Al-Baqarah and 195th. Do good to others. Surely Allah loves the doers of good.
Abu Hurairah narrated that the Messenger of Allah said, "If anyone relieves a Muslim believer from one of the hardships of this worldly life, Allah will relieve him from one of the hardships of the day of resurrection. If anyone makes it easy for the one who is indebted to him while finding it difficult to repay, Allah will make it easy for him in this worldly life and in the hereafter. And if anyone conceals the faults of a Muslim, Allah will conceal his faults in this world and in the hereafter. Allah helps his slave as long as he helps his brother."
Our beloved Prophet, peace be upon him, said, "Be conscious of God wherever you are. Follow the bad deeds with a good one to erase it, and engage others with beautiful characters.
Muhammad Ali is a three-time world heavyweight boxing champion and Olympic gold medalist who's been defined as the most charismatic sports figure of 20th century, stating one of his famous quotes that service to others is rent you pay for a room here on earth.
One second, guys. I'm just gonna type another plus 100 because I hope you guys are doing the zikrs too. Anyways, I hope you guys took notes because that was a lot of quotes. Why don't we move on to Did You Know? Keep watching.
Significance of philanthropic institutions in Ottoman social life. Waqf is a social, legal, and religious institution which played an important role in social, cultural, and economic life of the Islamic world, especially the Turkic world of the Seljuk and Ottoman period. A key function of the Islamic Waqf endowment practice was to cover some of the public expenses and to perform many of the services that are the responsibility of the public sector in a modern state. Waqf is the only known perpetuity in Islam, which protects dedicated revenue-bearing assets by avoiding their becoming the property of someone. Income from Waqf is first applied to the upkeep of the corpus, and the surplus goes to the beneficiaries specified in deeds. Even when the government suffered from crisis, these critical installments have served to lighten fiscal burden on the government, and operated without interruption in their service to community, as a result of being funded by endowments. As an institutionalizing of Islamic values, Waqf system presents good lessons in dealing with poverty and income inequality. Having taken the prophetic saying, "One who sleeps while her neighbor is hungry is not one of us," and many other hadith in a similar context as a reference point, Ottoman society presented exemplary behavior in interpersonal relationships. In addition to strong family bonds, this compassionate approach is among one of the main factors that prevented homelessness, a major contemporary social problem in the West, to appear in the Ottoman society. There is abundant evidence to show the massive economic significance of the Waqf system, that even a single Waqf could carry great economic value. By the end of the 18th century, in Istanbul, whose estimated population of 700,000 made it the largest city in Europe, up to 30,000 people a day were being fed by charitable complexes established under the Waqf system. For 6 centuries, the Ottomans largely succeeded to eradicate poverty through Waqf via voluntary transfer of wealth from the rich to the poor, and later were fed and taken care of in a decentralized manner. More importantly, health and educational services, essential conditions for the development of human capital, were provided via this institution. The Ottoman state was mainly responsible for security, justice, and border protection. Almost all other social tasks were being performed by individuals. The belief that charity pleases God and brings God's blessings determined Muslim behavior in many fundamental acts of economic importance, and the Ottomans were particularly zealous in that regard. Some basic ethics of charity in Islam were anonymity, avoiding pretension, preserving purity of intention, and protecting assisted people from any possible psychological effects. A thoughtful application of these principles came into life in the charity stones. In this Ottoman practice, charitable people would leave some money, generally in the dark of the night, to these 2-meter high marble columns with a hole on top, which were commonly located at the unobserved corners of mosques, madrasas, cemeteries, mausoleums, and neighborhoods. Needy people later on would take money from there, astonishingly, no more than they needed. The rest would be left back with decency for someone else, which shows the achievement level of the brotherhood and solidarity in the society. These stones were used to prevent a form of mendicancy in the society, and at the same time, not to offend needy people. The Turkish Wakf spirit, which cares for all living beings, has extended its reach to birds as well. From the 15th century on, kiosks for bird were started to be built. Some of these bird houses, also called bird palaces, resembled mosques with their minarets, high hop towers, and signs in the form of a crescent, and displayed an extraordinary workmanship. By means of the Waqf, founded in different spheres of social life, privately accumulated capital was voluntarily endowed to finance all sorts of social, cultural, religious, and economical services alongside with health and transportation, all of which were free of charge and open to everyone, without discrimination. According to D. Olson, this caring motivation is rooted in Islam. Quran has transformed Turks into the best philanthropists of the world.
Albert Einstein once said, "The day you stop learning is the day you die." So it's always good to expand our knowledge.
Yep, I agree with Albert Einstein. Anyways, guys, we passed our goal. We're at 15.4K right now. That's awesome. But let's get to this new goal, which is 20,000. I know we can do it. It's easy. But besides that, guys, I'm very grateful for my mother and everything she does for me and my family. Today, in the comments below, I want everybody to tell one reason why they are grateful for their mothers.
I'm thankful to Allah because He gave me a beautiful and loving mother who's always there for me. Happy Mother's Day. I love you, Mom.
I'm grateful for my mom because she's caring and also cares for my sisters and makes the best foods. Happy Ramadan!
I am grateful for my mom because she makes me healthy and makes me happy and makes my sisters healthy too. Happy Ramadan.
I am grateful for my mom because she helps me with almost everything. My work, cleaning my room, and making food for me, and opening dua when I sleep. That's all. Bye.
Hello, Mommy.
I'm thankful for my mom because she is the most caring and lovable person in the world. I'm grateful for my mom because she is hardworking, she is kind, she is caring, she is understanding, she is intelligent, she is brave, she is a good cook, and because she loves me.
I'm thankful to Allah for my turtles and my family.
I want to thank you to Allah because He gave my family and He gave air to breathe and food to eat, and He gave me my sister and dad, and He gave me money and all the good stuff. He gave me health, and that's it. Bye bye.
I'm thankful for God and Hazrat Muhammad because God made us and my whole family, my sister, my dad, my grandma, and my mom and me, and our house, and everywhere of the earth, even the planets.
I'm grateful for my mom because she deals with me and is always there for me no matter what happens. Now let's read some comments from you guys. Adif says, "I'm very grateful for my mom and dad. Father's Day is coming soon." Yes, it is. who raised and loved me my whole life. Great response.
Umran says, I'm grateful for my mother because I was born and she gave me home and food.
Hamza says, because they are my mother, they care for me, they love me, and I love them.
Valmik says, I'm grateful for my mother because she was the one that took care and taught me many life lessons. That's awesome.
So for the last one, Bahar's foodie says, I'm grateful for my mother because she makes delicious food. Oh yeah, you can't beat the moms on their food. Alright, thank you for your responses everyone. Moving on to Surah of the Day, today we'll be looking at the recitation and meaning of Surah Al-Adiyat.
يا لطيف يا الله يا لطيف يا الله يا لطيف يا Allah, meaning most kind, most subtle, the gracious. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والعاديات ضبحا فالموريات قدحا فالمغيرات صبحا فأثرن به نقعا فوسطن به جمعا إن الإنسان لربه لكنود وإنه على ذلك لشهيد وإنه لحب الخير لشديد أفلا يعلم إذا بعثر ما في القبور وحصل ما في الصدور إن ربهم بهم يومئذ لخبير. By the racers panting, and the producers of sparks when striking, and the chargers at dawn, stirring up thereby clouds of dust, arriving thereby in the center collectively. Indeed, mankind to his Lord is ungrateful, and indeed he is to that a witness, and indeed he is in love of wealth intense. But does he not know that when the contents of the graves are scattered, and that within the breasts is obtained, indeed their Lord with them that day is fully acquainted.
Thank you for that recitation. Before we got on with our daily dua, Christopher has a message to all of our mothers.
Hi, my name is Christopher Patrick Tatora, and I'm going to be answering some questions about Mother's Day. A little bit about myself first. I've lived my entire life in northern New Jersey, where I attended Montclair State University. I majored in computer science, and I'm currently unemployed looking for a software engineering job. Question number one, what do you think of Mother's Day? Well, mothers do a lot, and it often goes very unrecognized, so I think it's great that we have a day to recognize it and celebrate them in general. What do you think is the origin of Mother's Day? I'm pretty sure it has roots back in the Episcopal Church, which is coincidence because my mother was actually raised Episcopalian. What do you think is the importance of mothers in our lives? Well, the obvious one is mothers give birth to us, but overall, I think that's a tough question as it's different to everyone, really. Personally, my mother was very encouraging my entire life, and I think that instilled good confidence in me to go about. just generally things in life. Question number 5. Can you tell us one advice your mother gave to you that you think is pretty important? Well, as a young boy, like many young boys, I was very energetic and had problems sitting still and completing tasks. So she basically just constantly instilled in me that I had to complete tasks and complete tasks to the fullest. And I think that's been pretty useful in my life as I've always followed through with things that I've done. So thanks a lot for listening. I'd like to wish all mothers out there happy Mother's Day, and all followers of Islam a happy Ramadan. Take care.
Oh, the most compassionate, you have given us mothers who guide us on this earth, who teach us right from wrong, and who teach us about you. Please have mercy on our mothers like they had mercy on us when we were little. Please make our mothers happy like they make us happy every day. Oh Allah, accept our mothers' actions, the small ones and the big ones. Make them among us those who are not afraid and who are not sad. Accept us into the highest place in Jannah, the most loving. Please give our mothers good health, long and peaceful life, and keep them safe. Keep us close to each other, helping each other to grow and learn. We thank you so much, Allah, for the gift of our mothers. Amen.
Amen. May Allah accept our prayers. Guys, remember yesterday when I mentioned we would be doing a challenge similar to the Ice Bucket Challenge? Well, Sky Academy will be doing the Lemon Challenge.
What is that, you may ask? We will be challenging each other to eat 2 slices of lemon without an expression. If you fail, you must donate.
Okay then, Nawal, I am challenging you to do the Lemon Challenge.
Okay, Sarhat, challenge accepted. I'm not scared. Today after iftar, I will do it, and I will do it without an expression. Anyways, let's look at our zikr. We're almost at 20,000. You guys are amazing. I think we can get that to 25,000 by the end of the show. What do you guys think? Okay, anyhow, now we'll be moving on to Kahoot. Today will be another day of Sayat and I attempting to do Kahoot. Let's go. Hello guys, we are on. Join from 901-6085.
Alright guys, the code is 901-6085.
Our lucky numbers for today are 196 and 17. So if you're among the 5 winners and additional 2 special numbers, you'll be getting a prize.
Let's hope I don't forget those 2 numbers this time.
It's okay, I'll remember them. As always, guys, send your screenshots to kahoot@skyacademynj.org to redeem your prize.
Kahoot ain't Kahoot without the Kahoot music.
That's facts. Halloween music hits different. What do you guys think?
Alright guys, we'll give you guys another minute or 2, and then we'll begin and see what our first question is.
Oh my gosh, someone said Sarhat go brrr. Do you see it?
Okay. Guys, we're almost at 150 likes, so why don't you just hit that like button while you're at it? We got over 250 people watching and only 125 likes. That's half, less than half of how many people are watching that like the video.
Oh, there's nobody normal again. Who's making that terrible joke? Navad goes brr. Sure, I'll go brr for you guys. Okay, are we ready?
Let's give it 10 more seconds.
All right. Happy Mother's Day, join.
All right, guys. Sounds like you guys are ready. If not, the code is in the comments below. Let's begin with our first question.
All right, let's see what our first question is. We're on Ramadan day 27. That's crazy. Okay. Sir of the day, what lesson did we learn from Surah Al-Adiyat? Let's see. The answer was green. 100 people got that right. On our scoreboard, Vidant is first. Can you find my is second? Hi 432 is third. Nevad goes brr is fourth, and Oz is fifth.
All right, guys, second question. Blank is one of the most important aspects of Islam. Which one is this? One of the most important aspects of Islam. This is a little tricky. But if you listened, you should know this. Five seconds left until you submit your answer. And it is service. Service is one of the most important aspects of Islam. Ooh, the scoreboard changed almost completely. Actually, it did. Number one is High 432. Second is Kral. Third is Elif. Fourth is Bahadur. And lastly, Happy is in fifth place. Let's move on to our next question.
Verse of the day. Do blank to others. Surely Allah loves blank. You guys have to be paying attention for this. Even I'm struggling a little on this one. Sana, what do you think the answer is?
Well, we'll find out in 3 seconds. I don't want to give them the answer, you know?
Yeah. Okay, the correct answer was yellow. Do good to others. Surely Allah loves the doers of good. Our scoreboard. Now we have Edith in first, High 432 in second, Bahadur in third, then Abedid in fourth, and Irfan C in fifth.
All right, guys, fourth question here. You get double the points this time. The blue mosque is unique because it has how many minarets? Type your answers below. Type your answers. You definitely need to be listening to get these questions right. So if you're asking, oh, why didn't I win? Well, maybe you're not listening carefully.
Hey, don't judge them. Maybe they don't have good internet access.
Who knows?
All right.
All right, guys. Let's see what kind of answers we got. The right answer was 6. Not bad, not bad. Okay, number 1 is Irfan. 2 is Vamuk. Let's go. 3rd place Hatice. 4th place Feyza, and 5th place Kral. Let's move on to our next question.
We're on our 5th question. What does Ya Latifu Ya Allah mean? I'm going to mention this again. Great job on the zikrs today.
Great job, but let's keep pushing it because it's been the same for a minute now. Let's get to 25,000.
Okay, the correct answer was yellow. Most kind, most subtle, and the gracious. 151 of you got that right. Oh, the scoreboard changed a lot. Okay, first we have Irfan. 2nd, Hatice Betül. 3rd, Feyza, New York. 4, Kral geri döndü. 5th, Meryem Buff.
All right, guys. 6th question. Double points. Finish the hadith. If anyone conceals, covers the faults of a Muslim, either they will receive the highest rewards, Allah will conceal his faults in this world and in the hereafter, they will be granted Jannah, or Allah will give them happiness in this world and the hereafter. Which one is the correct answer?
I really wish we had some cookie music right now.
Honestly, I agree with you.
All right, the correct answer was yellow. 129 of you got that right.
All right, first place is Irfan. Okay, Irfan's going pretty good. Hatice's going pretty good too. Kral still in the leaderboard. Go Mihika Go is in 4th, and Mariam Buff is in 5th.
What was on the menu today? Come on, guys.
Come on, guys. This one is easy. We said the same thing. Easy. It's easy.
Now I can't talk until someone says Saihat. Saihat, you can speak now.
No.
Okay, the correct answer was chocolate chip cookies. 189 of you got that right. Good job. Let's look at our scoreboard. It is exactly the same.
We got some dedicated people here today. Quote of the day, what did Muhammad say was your service to others? Your key to Jannah, the thing that will allow you to make your case for Jannah, or the rents you pay for a room here on earth. Okay, the right answer is the rent you pay for a room here on earth. 98 got that correct. That's pretty good. Not bad. Could be better, but not bad. Okay, so most of the leaderboard looks the same. Irfan's in 1st, 2nd Hatice, 3rd Kral, 4th Maryam, and last Vamuk. Let's go. Let's go to the next question.
All right, it's the last question. One of the Blue Mosque's defining and significant features is... Can you guys believe there's only 3 more Kahoots after this? It's crazy. Five seconds left. All right, the correct answer was the heavy iron chain, which hangs in the upper part of the court entrance. Now let's see who won. All right, Mohammed, let's go in third, Irfan C in second, Hatice Betur in first. Our runners-up is Rainbow and Nilufar. Also, lucky number is 196 and 17. Send your screenshots to @kahu@skyacademynj.org.
Yes. Guys, don't forget the random numbers were 196 and 17. So if you got one of those places, also send your screenshot to kahu@skyacademynj.org. And as iftar is nearing, this means we'll be wrapping up today's live show. Thank you guys so much for being with us tonight. Also, if you guys want, there's going to be a QR code on the bottom right of the screen or a link in the comment section below. If you guys want to donate, go for it. You know, it's the last 10 days of Ramadan. Sadaqah, good stuff, you know.
Also, happy Mother's Day again to all of our wonderful mothers. Thank you all again. Make sure to follow us on our social media platforms at Sky Academy NJ and keep up with our special Ramadan episodes for the last 3 days. May Allah accept our fast. Happy iftar, everyone.